Ladies and gentlemen, August 10 is not a date to be taken lightly. It is not another day to pass by without thought, without awareness, without change. There are days in life when the ordinary rhythm is broken, when something sharp cuts through the fog of routine, and August 10 is one of those days. It will not come with a loud announcement. It will not knock on your door politely. It arrives quietly yet carries the weight of a storm. And here is the truth. You will either be awake enough to see it, or you will let it slip through your fingers like all the other moments you ignored in the past. What makes August 10 different is not that the world changes overnight. It is that you are given the chance to see differently. The sign will not present itself to everyone because most people have trained themselves to be blind. They live on autopilot, chasing comfort, repeating the same habits, making the same excuses. When the sign comes, they will not recognize it. They will think it is just another challenge, another inconvenience, another bad day. But for those who have sharpened their mind, who have learned to observe, to listen, to question, the meaning will be clear. Ask yourself right now, are you ready for that kind of clarity? Or will August 10 come and go, and you will remain unchanged, sitting in the same place in life, wondering why nothing moves forward? Because the truth is, the sign does not give you progress. The sign gives you an opening. What you do with that opening decides everything. If you hesitate, if you let fear hold you, if you drown in overthinking, the moment will close and you will lose it. August 10 will not be kind to the weak-minded. It will expose the cracks in your character. It will show you the habits that have made you slow, the distractions that have weakened your focus, the fears you have been avoiding. And here is where most people fail. They see the weaknesses and instead of rising above them, they hide, they blame the situation. They convince themselves that this is just how life is. But that is the part of those who will never understand the sign. You have to decide that August 10 will be the day you look directly into the mirror of your life and refuse to turn away. No more avoiding the truth. No more pretending that tomorrow will be better without you doing the work. The sign will demand that you act. Not later, not next week, not when you feel ready, but now. Because if you delay, the energy of that moment will pass. Many people want change without discomfort. They want to understand without doing the work of self-mastery. They wait for a miracle, and when it comes, they fail to recognize it because it does not look the way they expected. August 10 will not match your fantasies. It will not arrive packaged in comfort. It may come as a challenge that forces you to choose strength over weakness, discipline over laziness, truth over illusion. And if you cannot make that choice, you will not understand the sign no matter how clearly it stands before you. You must prepare yourself now that preparation is not about reading more, talking more, planning more. It is about sharpening your will. It is about building the inner discipline to move even when fear grips you. It is about stripping away the distractions that keep your mind. Because the moment the sign appears, there will be no time to prepare. You will either be ready or you will not. August 10 will demand your presence. If your mind is scattered, if your heart is divided, you will miss it. You cannot be half awake and expect to see clear. You cannot cling to your old patterns and expect transformation. The sign will not adjust itself to fit your comfort. It is you who must adjust to meet it. This is why I say only the chosen will understand. Not because they were born with something special, but because they made themselves ready. They trained their mind to see beyond the surface. They taught themselves to listen to what others ignore. They built the courage to step forward when everyone else stood still. That is why they will understand the sign when it comes. So as August 10 approaches, stop wasting time. Stop living like you have endless days ahead of you. Each moment you spend in hesitation is a moment you could have been preparing. Remove the noise from your life. Strengthen your focus. Face your weaknesses now. So that when the sign arrives, you do not collapse under its weight. The day will come whether you are ready or not. And when it does, you will either be among the ones who see and act, or among the many who look back later and realize they missed their chance. August 10 is not about the date. It is about the decision you will make when faced with a truth so sharp it cannot be ignored. And when that moment comes, you will know. The question is, will you be ready to move? Most people think that when something important happens, everyone will see it, everyone will feel it, and everyone will understand it. That is not true. August 10 will prove that the sign will be there, but it will not speak to everyone. It will pass by millions and they will not notice. They will wake up, follow their routine, complain about small problems, and go to sleep again without realizing they missed something that could have changed their life. This is the difference between the chosen and the rest. It is not about privilege. It is not about luck. It is about awareness. Only a few will recognize the sign because only a few have trained themselves to see beyond what is obvious. The truth does not stand in front of you with bright colors and flashing lights. The truth hides in silence, in small details, in moments that most people dismiss as nothing. On August 10, the sign will not scream at you, it will whisper. If you are distracted, you will not hear it. If you are buried in your phone, your thoughts, your excuses, you will not see it. The chosen are not chosen by anyone else. They choose themselves by paying attention. You must understand that awareness is not a gift you are born with. It is a discipline you build every day. You either train your mind to be sharp or you allow it to become dull. Those who are ready for August 10 are the ones who have been sharpening their mind without waiting for a reason. They practice discipline when no one is watching. They reflect when everyone else is running from their own thoughts. They study their life so carefully that when the sign appears, they know instantly, this is the moment I have been preparing for. The majority will miss it because they are trapped in noise. Their life is filled with constant stimulation, endless distraction, and shallow conversations. They are surrounded by signs every single day, but they have no eyes to see them, and so when August 10 comes, and they will be blind to it. The moment will touch them and pass right through them like wind through open fingers. This is why preparation is everything. The chosen are not people who wait for the perfect moment to start paying attention. They pay attention now, they train now, they practice now. They know that when the sign comes, there will be no time to learn awareness. You either have it or you don't. If you want to be among the few who understand August 10, you must break free from the habits that keep you asleep. Stop living on autopilot. Stop thinking that tomorrow will give you more chances. Stop waiting for life to make it easy for you to wake up. It will not. Life rewards those who step forward without being pushed. Many people will hear these words and still do nothing. They will think if the sign is important, I will notice it. That is arrogance. That is the lie that keeps them blind. They do not realize that life does not give its deepest lessons to those who are careless. It hides them for the ones who are willing to serve. If you cannot see the small signs in your daily life, you will not see the big one. On August 10th, the truth is the chosen are simply those who have built a habit of noticing. They notice patterns. They notice changes in themselves. They notice how they react when things get hard. They notice the lessons in failure and the growth in discomfort. Because of this, when the sign appears, they recognize it instantly. It does not confuse them. It does not pass them by. They step into it with certainty. This is what you must train for. You cannot wait for August 10 to try and suddenly become aware. The work has to start before the moment arrives. Awareness is built in the way you start your day, in the way you speak to yourself, in the way you face challenges. Every choice you make is training your mind for that day. When August 10 comes, it will divide people into two groups. The first group will look back and realize that they missed something they can never get back. The second group will move forward forever changed because they saw it, they understood it, and they acted on it. Which group you belong to will not be decided on August 10. It is being decided right now in how you choose to live today. So look at your life honestly. Are you awake or are you drifting through days without purpose, without clarity, without attention? If you are drifting, you are not ready. If you are distracted, you are not ready. If you are waiting for someone to tell you what the sign is, you are not ready. The chosen do not wait for instructions. They recognize the moment themselves. August 10 will not reward those who hope. It will reward those who prepare. And preparation means sharpening your mind until you can see what others overlook. It means breaking free from the noise of the world so you can hear the quiet voice of truth. It means paying attention when others are asleep. Do this, and when the sign comes, you will not just notice it, you will understand it. And that understanding will change everything. On August 10, the sign will not be what you expect. This is where most people will fail to see it. They are waiting for something obvious, something dramatic, something the whole world will notice at once. But life does not work that way. The sign will be hidden in plain sight. It will come in a form that tests your ability to look beyond the surface. If you are looking for comfort, you will not see it. If you are waiting for easy answers, you will not see it. The sign will demand that you pay attention to the things others dismiss. It may arrive as a problem you didn't want to face. It may show up as a challenge that feels like it is breaking you. It may come through a conversation, a sudden event, or a small detail that no one else notices. The surface will look ordinary, maybe even frustrating. But beneath it, there will be meaning, sharp, deep, and undeniable. That is the nature of the sign. It is not here to entertain you. It is here to see if you are ready to grow. On August 10, the ones who are ready will understand as that the sign is a mirror. It reflects back the truths you have been avoiding. If you have been hiding from your weaknesses, it will reveal them. If you have been pretending to be disciplined while secretly wasting time, it will expose that. The sign is not always pleasant. In fact, it rarely is. But the chosen will embrace it because they know that the truth, no matter how uncomfortable, is the key to transformation. Most people will reject it. They will call it bad luck. They will complain about how unfair it is. They will miss the fact that inside that challenge, inside that disruption is the exact lesson they need. They will focus on the inconvenience and ignore the opportunity. That is why they will not understand the sign. They are too attached to their comfort to accept anything that threatens it. You must train yourself now to see differently. When August 10 comes and the sign appears in a form that feels heavy, ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? What is the lesson hidden inside this difficulty? If you can ask those questions in the middle of discomfort, you will see what others cannot. That is how you recognize the sign. Not by expecting it to be easy, but by understanding that the hardest moments often carry the greatest meaning. The sign will not explain itself. It will not tell you. This is your moment. It will stand silently waiting to see what you will do. This is why so many fail. They expect life to guide them step by step. But life is not your servant. Life gives you hints and it is your job to interpret them. On August 10, you must be the one who sees through the noise and understands the truth behind what is happening. Imagine two people experiencing the same event that day. One sees it as nothing but a problem, a setback, a reason to stop. The other sees it as the sign, a challenge placed there to make them stronger, wiser, more disciplined. One will stay the same, the other will change forever. The difference is not the event, it is the perception. Which person will you be? To understand the sign, you must let go of your need for control. You must accept that it may not look the way you planned. If you cling to your expectations, you will miss it. The chosen understand that life speaks in many forms. Sometimes through success, sometimes through loss, sometimes through sudden change. The sign on August 10 could be any of these. If you are open, you will see it. If you are rigid, you will not. This is why your preparation must go deeper than just thinking about the day. You must train your mind to adapt, to respond, to look beyond appearances. You must strengthen your ability to stay calm when things do not go as planned. The sign will test. It will see whether you crumble under pressure or step forward with clarity. August 10 is not just about seeing it. It is about responding. Even if you recognize the sign, it will mean nothing if you do nothing. Understanding is the first step. Action is the second. When the moment comes, you must move. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for perfect conditions. The sign is the signal to act now. Many will hesitate. They will think, I see it, but maybe later. And in that hesitation, the door will close. The sign will not wait for you. Opportunities are not patient. Growth does not happen when you are ready. It happens when you step forward despite not feeling ready. If you want August 10th to change your life, you must be willing to move the moment you understand what is in front of you. So prepare yourself. Open your eyes to the lessons hidden in your daily life right now. If you can see the small signs today, and you will be ready for the bigger one when it comes. And when August 10 arrives, you will not be one of the many who look back in regret. You will be among the few who saw, understood, and acted. That is the difference. That is the power of recognizing the nature of the sign. August 10 will expose something you have been carrying for years, your barriers, not the ones you show the world, but the ones you have built inside your own mind. The doubts, the fears, the excuses you repeat to yourself until you believe them. These barriers are the invisible walls keeping you from moving forward. And when the sign appears, they will either collapse or they will trap you where you are. Oh, you must understand that these barriers are not made of stone. They are made of habits. They are built from every moment you choose comfort over challenge. Every time you avoided something because it made you uncomfortable, every day you convinced yourself that tomorrow would be the day you finally change. On August 10th, there will be no tomorrow. The moment will demand that you face these walls head on. Breaking these barriers will not feel pleasant. It will not feel inspiring in the beginning. It will feel like resistance. Your mind will fight you. It will try to protect what is familiar, even if that familiarity is the very thing holding you back. This is where most people turn away. They feel the discomfort and decide it is a sign to stop. But here is the truth. The discomfort is not the signal to stop. It is the proof you are in the right place. Growth is never born in comfort. When August 10 comes, the sign will challenge you in a way that forces a choice. Remain who you are or break through to who you can become. That choice will not be easy because breaking barriers means letting go of the lies you have told yourself for years. It means admitting that you have been capable all along, but you chose not to act. That kind of honesty is painful, but it is necessary. Your fear will speak loudly on that day. It will tell you this is too risky. This is not the right time. You are not ready. And if you listen to that voice, the moment will pass and nothing will change. But if you recognize that voice for what it is, the voice of your old self trying to survive, you will have the power to silence it. The chosen will feel the same fear as everyone else on August 10, but they will move anyway. That is the difference. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to act while fear still whispers in your ear. You must prepare yourself for that decision now because the sign will not wait for you to debate with yourself. Breaking mental and emotional barriers is not about destroying them in one dramatic act. It is about proving to yourself over and over that you can take one more step than you thought you could. It is about replacing I can't with I will. It is about refusing to let the old patterns of hesitation dictate your future. On August 10, the sign will ask you one question. Will you move past the point where you usually stop? This is why self-growth is not something you can fake. If you have been pretending to be disciplined, pretending to be committed, the pressure of that day will expose you. You cannot break through barriers you refuse to acknowledge. You cannot confront fears you keep hidden. The only way to be ready for August 10 is to start tearing those walls now before the sign arrives. Start with the smallest fear you can face today. Push yourself in a way that makes you slightly uncomfortable. Train your mind to be comfortable with discomfort because on August 10th, the barrier you face may not be small. It may be the largest one yet. And if you have not practiced breaking through the smaller ones, you will freeze when the big one appears. Do not wait for motivation. Do not wait for a perfect plan. Waiting is the habit that built your walls in the first place. The sign on August 10 will not care how ready you feel. It will only respond to action. You either act or you let the moment close. And once it closes, there is no guarantee it will come again. So when the day arrives and the sign stands in front of you, do not waste time negotiating with your fear. Do not explain to yourself why it is too hard. Take the step. Break the wall. The moment you do, you will see that the barrier was never as strong as you believed. It only survived because you kept feeding it with your hesitation. Understand this. August 10 is not coming to test whether you know about your barriers. It is coming to see whether you will destroy them. And the only way to destroy them is to move in the opposite direction of your fear. If your fear tells you to stay, you must go. If it tells you to quit, you must continue. If it tells you it is impossible, you must prove it wrong. And you are not the mind. There will be a moment on that day when you feel the weight of everything you have avoided, everything you have delayed, everything you have feared. That moment will feel heavy. But that weight is also the key. If you can carry it for just a little longer, if you can push against it instead of letting it push you down, you will break through. And on the other side of that breakthrough, and you will realize that August 10 was never just about the sign. It was about who you became while responding to it. August 10 will not reward the loudest voices or the ones who talk about change. It will reward the ones who are prepared. Not the ones who say they will act, but the ones who have trained themselves to act without hesitation. The sign will not wait for you to gather courage. It will not give you time to think about whether you are ready when it appears. You must already be ready. Being ready is not about knowing every possible outcome. It is about building the strength inside you to face whatever comes. This strength is not built in one day. It is built in every small decision you make before August time. You choose discipline over distraction. Every time you choose effort over comfort, you are preparing yourself to meet that moment with certainty instead of fear. The problem is that most people believe they can prepare only when the sign is close. They think they can wake up the night before August 10 and suddenly become strong, focused, and disciplined. But strength is not an instant reaction. It is the result of constant repetition. If you have not been training your mind and your body daily, the sign will expose your weakness. You must understand that the sign is not a gift, it is an invitation, and not everyone is invited. Only those who have proven to themselves that they can endure discomfort, resist temptation, and stay committed will see it clearly. The rest will look at August 10 and see nothing unusual because they have never trained their eyes to notice the rare opportunities that appear in life. Inner strength is built in silence. It is built when no one is watching you, when there is no applause, when there is no one to push you except yourself. If you are waiting for someone else to tell you to prepare, you are already too late. No one will warn you that the sign is coming. No one will hand you a map for August 10. It will arrive without announcement, and your readiness will be the only thing that matters. You may think strength is about physical power, but it begins in the mind. It begins with the ability to control your thoughts instead of letting them control you. On August 10th, your mind will either be your greatest weapon or your greatest enemy. It will tell you whether you are capable. And if you have not trained it to believe in your own ability, you will fall before you even begin. The chosen are not chosen by chance, they are chosen by preparation. They are the ones who have trained themselves to keep going when it would be easier to stop. They have practiced patience so they do not rush. They have practiced focus so they do not get distracted. They have practiced discipline so they can act with precision when the time comes. Building inner strength is not a comfortable process. It will demand that you give up the distractions that waste your energy. It will demand that you say no to comfort when your body craves it. It will demand that you face yourself honestly and admit where you are weak. But every time you push through, you become stronger. Not just for that moment, but for every challenge that comes after it. On August 10, the sign will be clear to those who are strong enough to respond. Others will see the same thing, but doubt themselves, hesitate, and let it pass. The difference will not be the difficulty of the challenge. It will be the readiness of the person facing it. The sign will not be easy for anyone, but the prepared will know they have the strength to handle it, while the unprepared will collapse under the weight of their own hesitation. Do not wait until that day to test yourself. Test yourself now. Wake up earlier than you want to work longer than you feel like working. Push yourself to finish what you start, even when every part of you wants to quit. These are the small battles that will give you the strength to win the big one. When August 10 comes, there will be no time to search for strength. You must carry it within you. And when the sign appears, you must meet it without flinching. Not with fear, not with uncertainty, but with the calm of someone who has prepared for this exact moment their entire life. That calm does not come from luck. It comes from knowing that you have already faced yourself, already fought your inner battles, already proven that you can endure. It comes from trusting the work you have put in when no one was looking. That is why the chosen will move forward on August 10 while others stand still. They do not need to think about whether they are ready. They already know you can be one of them, but you cannot fake it. The sign will not be fooled by words, promises, or confidence without foundation. It will test your strength in ways that cannot be hidden, so prepare now. Build the discipline, build the patience, build the focus, and when the moment comes, act without hesitation. August 10 will come quickly. You will not be able to slow it down or delay it until you feel prepared. When the sign stands before you, it will be too late to wish you had started earlier. The time to build your inner strength is now. Because when that day arrives, it will be the only thing you have. And if you have it, you will not just see the sign, you will answer it. When August 10 comes, you will have a choice. The sign is not simply something to notice, it is something to answer. Recognition alone will not change your life. Many people will see the sign, understand its meaning, and still do nothing. And that is the greatest tragedy of all, to stand at the door of transformation and refuse to walk through it. The truth is the path forward is never given, it is chosen. On August 10, you will either move toward what you know you must do, or you will step back into the comfort of what you already know. Comfort will call you softly, telling you to wait, telling you that maybe another day will come, but you must understand that another day like this will not come. The sign will not wait, you must act, but action will not feel safe. It will not feel easy. In fact, the very moment you recognize the sign, fear will try to wrap itself around you. It will whisper every reason why now is not the time, and in that instant your decision will define you. Not your past, not your potential, but the choice you make right there when it matters most. To choose the path forward on August 10, you must be willing to leave behind what has been familiar. You must let go of the version of yourself that was too slow to act, too afraid to risk, too attached to the comfort of standing still. The sign will demand that you trade certainty for possibility, and only those who trust themselves will have the courage to make that trade. This is why most people will miss their moment. They will think too long. They will ask too many questions. They will wait for perfect conditions, and by the time they decide to move, the moment will be gone. The sign will fade and life will return to its ordinary rhythm, and they will wonder for the rest of their lives what might have happened if they had acted. You must understand August 10 is not a date that rewards hesitation. It rewards decisive movement. It rewards those who understand that the door of opportunity is narrow and will not remain open forever. If you see the sign and do not step forward, you have already chosen to stay behind. The path forward will not be clear. You will not know all the steps. But you do not need to see the whole road to take the first step. The chosen understand this, and they know that progress comes from movement, not from waiting for every detail to be revealed. The first step is the hardest because it is the one where you face the most fear. But once you take it, the path begins to open. On August 10, the real challenge will not be to see the sign. It will be to commit yourself to the road it points to. Commitment means you will keep going even when the excitement of the moment fades. It means you will walk forward even when the path gets harder. It means you will not turn back when you face obstacles. This is where self-growth becomes real. The path forward is not a straight, smooth line. It is filled with challenges designed to shape you into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable. Every step you take after August 10 will test your patience, your resilience, and your belief in yourself. And each time you pass one of these tests, you will realize you are becoming the person you are meant to be. The sign will not choose your future. It will only point toward it. You are the one who must walk into it. This is the difference between those who talk about transformation and those who live it. Many will speak about August 10 as if it were a story. Only a few will speak about it as the day their life began to change because they took the path forward. Do not wait for another day. Do not tell yourself there will be another sign. The moment you see it, you must know it is yours. That conviction will give you the courage to take the first step even when everything inside you is screaming to stay still. You are not guaranteed to feel ready. You are not guaranteed to feel safe. But you are guaranteed that if you do nothing, nothing would change. That is why when August 10 arrives, your greatest responsibility will be to move boldly, deliberately, and without looking back. And here is the truth. Once you take that step, the path forward will begin to change you immediately. It will strip away the excuses. It will remove the false limits you believed in. It will force you to grow into the version of yourself who can complete the journey. August 10 will not give you more time. It will not repeat itself for your convenience. The sign is a one-time invitation, and you will either answer it or decline it. But if you answer it, your life will never be the same. Not because the day itself is magical, but because you finally choose to act when it mattered when the moment comes. Remember this. The future does not belong to those who hesitate. It belongs to those who see, who decide, and who step forward. No matter how uncertain the road ahead may be. On August 10, choose the path forward, and once you choose it, do not stop walking. It will force you to grow into the version of yourself who can complete the journey. Life does not wait for anyone, and August 10 will not pause to give you more time. It will not bend to your comfort, nor will it repeat itself for your convenience. A moment like this is rare. The sign is a one-time invitation. You will either answer it or let it pass. If you choose to answer it, Understand this, your life will never be the same. Not because the date itself holds any mystical power, but because you finally decided to act when it truly mattered. You finally stopped waiting for the perfect circumstances and instead stepped into the uncertainty, willing to shape your own path. This choice to move forward when it would have been easier to stand still will be the turning point you look back on for the rest of your life. Many people spend their years hesitating. They wait for clarity, for reassurance, for a guarantee that everything will work out. But the future does not belong to those who hesitate. It belongs to those who see, who decide, and who step forward even when the outcome is unknown. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to move despite it. When August 10 comes, it will not ask you if you're ready. It will arrive like any other day, hours ticking away, the sun rising and falling, but within it lies a window, an opening, an opportunity that will not present itself in the same way again. That is the nature of life. Moments are born and then they vanish. So when the moment comes, do not turn away. Do not drown it in overthinking. See it for what it is, a call to step into the next chapter of your life. Choose the path forward no matter how unfamiliar it feels, no matter how many voices around you tell you to wait. And once you choose it, do not stop walking. The road ahead may twist, it may test you, it may strip you down to your core. But every step you take will shape you into the person you are meant to be. Keep moving, keep deciding, keep answering the call, because your future is built not on wishes but on the choices you make when it matters most.